Bro, I discovered Emergency Intercom in September, and I have been binging those episodes. I think it's done something to the chemistry of my brain. That is total brain rot. It's not brain rot, but it's like, it's not stimulating at all. And it just feels like friends talking in your ear, which I love. And I feel like I'm talking to friends when I listen to it, genuinely. But it's also like, it's like having a bug in your ear. Listening to any podcast often, that's not like intellectual really. It's like having a bug in your ear and you can't listen to your own thoughts. Yeah, I've been listening to so much Emergency Intercom. Right around the time when I finished, when I think I listened to every episode, I went and I saw the Dare DJ. And I spotted Ky Newman there. He was like in the DJ booth, like on stage, whatever. And like at first I wasn't really sure if that was him, because like Ky, he is beautiful, but it's also like he kind of looks like a lot of other white guys. And then later that night I looked at Ky's Instagram story and he posted that he was like with the Dare in Paris. So I was like, okay, shit, that was Ky. The day after the Dare, I walked to the art supply store in the Marais in Paris, like in the 3rd. And on my walk home, I run into Ky. Like we are walking, like we pass each other. And he's walking with a friend and I stop him. Like we're at a crosswalk and he was waiting for the crosswalk on the other side, and that's when I saw him. And then I was like, shit. I just kind of like, oh my God, I was like shaking my boots. I was like, oh, I was like, sweet. And then like the light turned green and we both cross, and the point that we meet is in the middle of the crosswalk, and I just stop him and I say, excuse me, are you Ky from Emergency Intercom? And then he said, yes, I am. He was like, yeah, I am. I think he was kind of like taken aback. And then I was just like, oh, cool. I just wanted to say hi. And then he said, oh, sweet. It's nice to meet you. And then I said, have a good one. And then we both walked away. And then I turned around and I could tell he like was paused with his friend and looking at me. Just for a second, like glanced at me. So I think he just like told his friend that he got spotted by a fan. And that was that. He said it was nice to meet me, and I wish I had introduced myself and told him my first name. But yeah, that was it. I'm just like really self-conscious of being too annoying to famous people or like acting like a fanboy or something. Even though he was probably really flattered by it, because I'm guessing he wasn't expecting to get spotted in Paris. Maybe he doesn't get spotted much, period, but I don't know. I just feel like, especially in Paris, he probably wasn't expecting that. And yeah, I was just like happy to see him. And like, I don't know, it was just like, it's so weird that I saw him, because literally my primary media for months has been Emergency Intercom. And I'm like, what am I doing in my life that allows me to be in the same room as him? Not in like an intimate room, but like literally just at Silencio. I mean, like I was at the same show as him. Okay, and then I crossed paths with them again. And bro, I almost went to a different art supply store. Prior, I was hanging out with this guy and he was like, you're buying plaster? Oh, you should go to this other place because it's cheaper. And then I was walking there and I was like, oh, fuck that. I want to go to the normal place. I don't care if it's more expensive. I just like want to get the stuff I like. And so I literally went to I'm just happy how everything timed out, because then I got to see Ky. Right now I'm driving to meet my dad right now. I'm picking him up from the airport, and we're gonna stay at a hotel tonight, and then first thing in the morning, we'll start driving to New York. I spent like 6 hours packing today, packing up this truck. I'm driving a box truck, and this is actually surprisingly pretty easy to drive. Started packing at 10:30 today, which is later than I wanted to start. I woke up and then I went out for breakfast and brought some food home for my friend and I. and then he came over, and then he only stayed for like an hour and a half, but he helped me lift all of the large furniture and all of like the really heavy items. He helped me move my mattress and my dresser. I spent the next 6 hours packing by myself. And bro, I am a fucking champion. I live on a 3rd floor walk up, and I walked up every piece of thing I had. I probably took like 100 trips or so. It was crazy. I need to look at my step counter, actually. I wonder how many steps I did. I just feel really proud of myself that I like worked out for 6 hours essentially. I was like lifting and doing stairs. And yeah, it felt really good. And at first I was like bumming out about it, and I was just like, I just kept pausing and just like sitting and thinking and being like, fuck, what am I doing? I'm not gonna finish all this stuff by myself. Like, I'm just one person. How am I gonna like load all of this in time? Yeah, I just quickly got out of that mindset, and I just like put on some music, and I just started to like enjoy the burn. I just started to like really feel good and just be like, fuck yeah, I'm doing this all by myself. If I'm being honest, the experience was empowering. That sounds so cheesy, but I mean it. Like, I was kind of depressed this week and just feeling like anxious, and I don't know, but I feel really happy about what I accomplished today. And like, the hard part's over. The hard part is over. I fucking walked up and down my 3rd floor walk up a bunch of times. Everything is loaded, so now I just have to wake up tomorrow and just drive. The last thing I did was I swept my art studio room, and I just like got all the dust off the floor, and I was listening to a really sad song, and I just started feeling really emotional, and I actually almost started crying. It just hit me in the feels. I just remembered like all of the projects I didn't get to do. I remembered having sex with my ex-boyfriend in that room. I remembered that's where my hat project originated. I thought of the cowboy boots I made in that room that I later showed in Paris. It was just kind of like uncomfortable having memories. It's uncomfortable feeling things. It's uncomfortable feeling things. I used to be so romantic, and I used to romanticize everything. But I've just been like really phone addicted and just like switched off, like just out of touch with my artistry. I want to take a break from podcasts and listen to more music that stimulates me and lets me think about art and lets me feel things, lets me like think about my emotions and my feelings, and like I just need to get back in touch with the romantic side of myself, like the artist side of myself.